Hey, thanks for joining me. We've got some rain and thunder on the way, just about to cross into Indiana. We wanted to give you here a late night update so that you have some peace of mind as you're going to sleep tonight, because this line has really weakened. I'm 13 News meteorologist Matt Standridge. I hope you had a wonderful Easter Sunday. We pushed the rain off as long as we can, and now the rain's finally coming in throughout the overnight hours. But some good news. It is not nearly as severe as it once was. We still have some good rain, though, coming in from Illinois right now. The pink colors show you the tornado watches that are still in effect. They even expanded them into extreme southwestern Indiana because some of these cells are still a little bit something we need to watch, especially this one that's kind of just past 64 there. We're going to watch that kind of pass to the north and east. We do think it will continue to weaken, but it's been a storm that's been pretty strong. You can see over time it was tornado warned, had a tornado on the ground, and then severe thunderstorm warned, and then no longer a warning. But we'll keep an eye on that cell. So here in Indiana, we've had a couple little pop-ups here and there throughout the evening hours, but most of us stayed dry. That rain's going to come in, give us a good soaking. We've got a few rumbles of thunder also with it. So let's go ahead and kind of break everything down. What we're seeing this evening, it's a fairly large storm system. The storms are really concentrated in northwest Arkansas and southwest Missouri earlier today, and they've been kind of expanding and stretching. And as they've stretched out, the severe zone stretched out, but eventually it's just stretched out so much that you kind of just move the energies just so much out that you kind of weaken everything. So now we're watching that, kind of a rubber band losing its elasticity there. But we're watching this line come in towards us, and it should be mainly just rain for us. Here's some good news. When we take a look at just the alerts, the pink show you the tornado watches. We don't have any tornado warnings or severe thunderstorm warnings in this complex anymore for the ones that will come into Indiana. I think we still have a few south towards Arkansas, but that's some good news. Here's a look with some very high resolution data from Live Doppler 13. We've got the rain just starting to cross the state line, but it's mainly just rain with a few rumbles of thunder every once in a while. But really the thunder's even kind of downplayed enough a little bit too. We've had a couple cells. We had one over Carmel earlier this evening. We had one right over Newcastle and Muncie. We've got this one kind of scooting. They're just next to Union City, kind of meander there towards Miami University there by Oxford. I think it's just going to miss Richmond. But the severe threats are dropped as soon as you get towards the Indiana state line. So these storms continue to weaken. That is good news. I think overall, as you're sleeping tonight, you're going to hear some rain. You may hear a rumble of thunder, but the severe threats are very, very low. I think we're just going to get some rain for the most part. Could there be a stray severe thunderstorm warning? It's possible, but I really think we're going to be looking pretty good throughout the overnight. You can see where the boundary is too, where all the winds are converging here in parts of Illinois. The line's going to come on through. We'll probably get it in western Indiana here over the next hour or two. In central Indiana, it's going to be closer to, let's say, 3:30, 4 o'clock. And then eastern Indiana, we might wait till 5:30, 6 o'clock or so. So it's going to take some time. As this whole system's getting stretched out, its forward speed does slow down just a little bit. So that's something that kind of messes with the timing too. But there could be some rumbles of thunder overnight tonight, but mainly it is rain. From midnight, so midnight's here in just 3 minutes, and we're seeing it cross the state line right now. We're just about to. Up until about 7, 8 o'clock, I think, is that rain timeline. Now, there could be some spotty showers throughout the day tomorrow, super light, but the majority of the rain takes place as we're trying to sleep tonight. The severe threats are low. That's some good news. Here's another look at the rain timeline. You really see it kind of peak in there, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock, and then I think we start exiting as we're trying to head to work and school. Here's a model simulation of it coming through the overnight hours. So right here at midnight, we've got the line. It's pretty much aligned pretty nicely. Some of these initial cells have not initialized very well, but we're going to be watching this line there by 2 o'clock, Lafayette, Greencastle, and Crawfordsville. We're going to come down 74 towards Liston and Pittsboro there by about 2:30. Right near Indianapolis, 3, 4 o'clock, some maybe rumbles of thunder up and down 69 close to Muncie and Gas City to Marion, and farther south, Bloomington, Columbus getting some of that rain, the Seymour hours as well, and then there towards Greenwood. We start getting it into Newcastle 4:30 or so, and then I think Richmond and there towards Connorsville and Winchester, Brookville Lake and Centerville, Hagerstown. It might be about 5:30, 6 o'clock. Here's 7 o'clock. Rain is mainly exiting, and I think by 8, it is pretty much completely done. Now, throughout the rest of the day, the wind's going to pick up, though, tomorrow. Big time. We're going to have some gusts up to 35 miles per hour. It is definitely going to feel cooler than your Easter Sunday was. I mean, we got well into the mid-70s. It was our warmest Easter we've had in Indianapolis in 8 years, since 2017. We hit 76 degrees. So Tomorrow with the upper 60s, already that's cooler. But then you factor in the west winds that could gust up to 35 miles per hour. That will definitely feel cooler out there. So drier conditions. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these clouds that you saw lingering there in the middle afternoon could get thick enough to produce a spotty raindrop. So we're going to keep that chance in, but I think most of the time we will be dry. It will be windy though. Your highs will get into the 60s for much of us. Since the front takes a little bit longer, actually we just hit midnight, so the maps are now changing out to Tuesday. Actually, that was kind of weird to see live. Tuesday will be just a little bit warmer because that westerly wind will finally start to die down. So I won't show you any of the other maps because they're all kind of get wonky. Things get wonky right at midnight with the timestamps. But I do want to show you back to radar, and then we're going to wrap things up because the good news is that this line has really weakened. I'll hit the play button, and then you'll see this line. Look how many warnings there were. We had some confirmed touchdowns there around St. Louis, especially south of the city. And then now there are no warnings on this. So I click the map, go ahead, and I think, okay, we stretch it out, zoomed out. The whole line is a lot weaker, even some of the storms in Arkansas. But this might be the farthest east the tornado watch goes because we really have watched the circulation dissipate. That's good news, and those wind speeds have really decelerated, so that's great. Also, new update, tornado watch now canceled there in northeast Illinois, so that part of the line is good. We still have this watch, and it looks they just went ahead and canceled more of that too. So this watch technically goes until 4 o'clock, the remainder of it, but don't be surprised if it also gets canceled early. So that's kind of cool. As we're talking here live, you're seeing more of those cancellations and expirations take place. A lot of them were going to get canceled at midnight, and so that has been now confirmed. So that's great news. Just some rain, some steady rain, maybe a quarter inch or so could fall overnight tonight as we watch that come in from the west. Right now we're dry, but watch out for some rain overnight tonight. And then I think tomorrow morning as we're waking up, headed out the door, we'll have some wet, damp roadways and pavement and sidewalks. But I think a lot of the rain will be ending as we're waking up and starting your day. Coming up to this morning, 4 o'clock, Lindsay Monroe, she will have your update in the morning. You'll probably be watching and tracking with her some of the rain right over Indy. And kind of now then getting towards Greenfield and Newcastle there by 4:30 o'clock, and then they're towards Shelbyville and New Pal and Rushville and eventually Greensburg getting in on some of that rain. I think by the time you hop on with Lindsay, I think the western counties will already start to dry out. This line's only so wide. I think once you start getting some rain, it could rain for a good 2 hours or so, maybe up to 3 or so. So good 2-3 hours of rain overnight tonight. If you rumbles with thunder, then you're done. We got a few days of some drier weather ahead. That is some good news. So we appreciate you taking some time. The good news is that you can go to bed and don't have to worry about any severe weather because the rain is just coming on in without all the wind and all the tornado threats. And we'll keep an eye on it, but we're looking pretty good, I think, throughout the overnight hours. And the tornado watches are actively being expired. That is great news here on an Easter Sunday night. We hope you had a wonderful Easter. We hope this next week, this last final full week of April is good to you. We don't really have storm chances again until maybe Friday, so we got a few days to be a little bit drier. All right, I'm 13 News meteorologist Matt Standridge. Make sure you keep it here, keep it local, and as always, we're going to keep you advised.